Best practices for submitting student workbook assignments and PDF documents through Canvas. We're starting at Google Drive so we can get organized before we start to submit our work. We're going to need to create a folder for student work. You can always put your student's name in this folder. It would be a good idea. Once we have that folder created, we're going to open the folder up and create folders for each subject area. So add folder ELA, create, add folder math, create, and then you can go ahead and create folders for other areas that you have assignments for, even your electives such as physical education. Let's go ahead and take a look at Canvas. Here's a sample page of Canvas where you might see an assignment. For example, this written sight words assignment. I see here, after reading over the directions, that I'm going to have to take a picture of my child's workbook to submit it for the teacher to see. I see there's a place up here to submit this assignment once I've done that, but I'm going to first need to take a picture of that workbook and make sure I have it saved so I can find it when it's time to submit my assignment. And that's why setting up our Google Drive was so important. So let's go back to our Google Drive. I'm going to open my English Language Arts folder. I currently don't have anything in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to need to add new, and this time I'm going to choose a Google Doc. I'm going to call this Izzy's Sight Words. Izzy's a dear friend of mine at Odella. And so I can easily recognize and find this document in Google Doc when it's time to submit it. I then have to now take the picture. So I will be going up to Insert, Image, and then I will choose Camera. When I choose Camera, the webcam will turn on. Okay. So what I'm going to want to do is have my child's work nice and straight, and I can even angle my laptop down for my Chromebook. I'm going to then place it the bottom edge on the bottom of my computer laptop, so I have it nice and straight for the teacher to see without getting any other background in. Make sure the lighting's lit enough so that we can see the words if I had them written on there. I will then go ahead and click on that little yellow camera. And you see up in the right hand side, there's my image. I'm going to insert now. Now I can choose to size this a little bit larger if it's small, too small for the teacher to see. I just want to make sure I don't have to do this again if it's not read well. So if I take a little bit of extra steps now, it's going to work out better in the end. Okay, so now I have Izzy's Sight Words all ready to go. I'm going to go back to Canvas, go to my assignments where my sight words were, and now I can submit assignment. And over here we have two choices to submit your assignment. A file upload, which would be your PDF or Word document or PowerPoint, or we have Google Drive. So anything that's in our Google Drive can come from this tab here. Once you click on Google Drive, you're going to see all of the folders down below in this tab open. I am in a student view and do not have an actual student computer, so you're not seeing that right now. But when you go to click on your Google Drive, you will see what is in the Google Drive on your Chromebook that you're signed in for. So then you would go to your student work folder, ELA, Izzy Sight Words, click on that, and then you would submit that. Now let's go to PDF. We'll go back to our modules. Here's a reading assessment. And in these directions, it has a PDF attached to it. Many times the PDF will often just be placed through the Canvas courses themselves, or it may be attached as this one is in the assignment. If I go ahead and click on that, it's going to download into the bottom of my screen, and I'll click on that again to open it. So here is my PDF that I'm going to need to place an X for the words that my child reads incorrectly so that we can continue working on those. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to download this by clicking on this arrow in the right-hand corner of my screen. And it's going to pop up and give me options of where I want this PDF file to go. I'm going to want this to go in my Google Drive. I want everything organized in there in my folders. So I have Google Drive File Stream, and then I click on My Drive, and I'm going to look for my Student Work folder. Here it is, ELA, and I'm going to save it there. So once I go back over to my drive, I go to my Student Work folder, ELA, and there is my PDF. I didn't get to work on it yet or write on it. So what I'm going to do is open it in my Google Drive. And now I have a choice, Open With. I can choose Doc Hub. If I choose to do it this way instead of using the workbook pages, I'm able to write on my computer, using my computer. This is not the best route when your student is practicing writing their letters or needing to write their sight words. But for something like this, Doc Hub might be the best way to go about doing it for you. I'm going to go ahead and choose the pen. I'm going to read with my child, mark a couple that we need to practice more on or that the teacher needs to be aware of, and I'm all done. So up here in the right-hand corner is Download. I want it in my drive. So I'm going to click G Drive, and I'm going to be saving it as the existing revision. So whatever I had in there, I just want to replace it with this one that I have written. I'm going to make sure to see it first in my drive. Oh, there it is. It turned out very well. So what I'm going to do is go back to Canvas, go to that assignment here for the assessment A. I'm going to submit assignment. And again, I'm going to go to Google Drive because everything's nicely organized in there for me. And here I would find my student work folder and then find ELA, and then I would find what I had called it Assessment A from what the teacher had named it. So if we can eliminate having to have folders in different areas of our computer and keeping them in Google Drive, that would be the best practice moving on. So that way you can stay organized, and if you do have questions and need to ask your teacher, they'll know right where to direct you to.